Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Irby, second council district seat is vacant. Councilmember Wassinger, Councilmember O'Meara.
Here.
Councilmember Dolan.
Here.
Councilmember Stanger.
Here.
Councilmember Quinn.
Here.
Mr. Chair, we have a quorum.
Thank you.
Move for approval of the journal of the meeting of May 20th, 2014.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Journal is approved. We have no bid openings this evening, so we will move to communications.
Mr. Chair, there are no tax compromises or zoning matters this evening, so we'll move to road and bridge matters. Under road and bridge matters, item number 1, 3rd, and 5th districts.
Please hold, and that will be the order.
Item number 2, 6th district.
Receive file plans, specifications, and detailed estimate of cost be approved, and the Director of Procurement be authorized to advertise for bids as requested.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
Moving on to other communications, item number 1.
Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and that will be the order.
Item number 2, 1st district.
Please hold, and that will be the order.
Item number 3, 4th district.
Receive, file, and return to the county executive.
So ordered.
Item number 4, 6th district.
Receive, file, and the deposit agreement be approved as recommended.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 5, 7th district.
Receive and file.
So ordered.
Item number 6.
Please drop from the order of business, and that will be the order.
Item number 7.
Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation and the same motion through item number 8, and that will be the order.
Item number 9, 4th district.
Same motion.
So ordered.
Item number 10, 5th district.
Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and that will be the order.
Item number 11, 4th district.
Same motion.
So ordered. Please read the add-ons.
No add-ins this evening, Mr. Chairman.
County executive?
A couple of things. First of all, you dropped the item on item 6.
Yes, sir.
Could you give the reason why is that?
Let me see where that was. We haven't had really a chance to look at that yet, and
Do you want to hold it or do you want to drop it?
I'm going to drop it, and then if we can bring it up at another time, then that can.
What's another time? Because we went out for proposals. We had 16 proposals for that, and we thought it was 16 good proposals. So if there's something that we understand that you don't need to know, if we need to know who they were or what the process was, we can do that for you. Or?
Well, yeah, we'll need some information, and
Pat, I can speak to it a little bit if you'd like me to.
sure.
Charlie, County Executive, the administration's had 10 years to come up with adequate controls, and up to this point you failed to do so. Secondarily, the legislation that you've requested asks that this internal audit actually report to the county executive, which isn't really much of an internal audit reporting directly to the person requesting it. It should report to our auditor that we have through the council.
Let me say a couple of things so you be very clear on this. First of all, is my responsibility is for 10 years, we did not have a particular problem. We had a problem just recently from last year. And we took the proper steps to rectify that situation. And of course, it will report to me, and in turn, I will give a report to the county council. That's what we have always done. We continue to do that. But it's my responsibility to make sure that this does not happen the same way or doesn't happen again. There have always been safeguards within our structure. Apparently, this person got around it. So we got to do some things to make sure, do an assessment to make sure it doesn't happen again. And this is the proper way to go forward. So I can bring this legislation back again next week, which I will, because it needs to be taken care of without for a proper bidding process. We did all the things that we're supposed to do at this time to make sure that this county is protected as we go forward.
But the problem is that we've heard that before with respect to proper bidding processes, and we wound up with a situation over at the crime lab. And you had a deputy director that embezzled funds for 5 years, and it went unaddressed. When it was finally addressed, 30 days were let lapse, and the man committed suicide.
Sir?
So
with all
that,
due
I mean,
Mr.
that's
Chairman,
certainly not
Mr. Chairman,
proper procedure.
Mr. Chairman, here's the deal is
And
that.
so I don't know how we
No, you
can
don't
rely
know.
on
I
you
understand
to
that.
establish
You
proper
don't know.
procedures when they
One at a time,
are
please.
going to be reporting to the county executive's office, which appears to be part of the problem rather than the solution.
Again, the county executive office did not take any money, so that is not the problem. The problem is resolving this issue with the proper experts to look at what we're doing and how we're doing it.
But a
Right
high-level
now-
person in your administration
on.
did embezzle the funds for 5 years, and it was left unattended.
that person was not a part of my
The audit needs
administration.
to report to our auditor who's here
Sir,
this evening,
Mr.
not to
Chairman,
you.
Mr.
Councilman,
Chairman, may I speak,
one at a
please?
time, please.
That person was a civil service individual that was not a county appointee by any stretch of the imagination. So that being said, again, as we move forward, we need to resolve this issue and what we're going to do forward. We can't keep doing what we've been doing. We'll have someone come in, some experts, to assess what we're doing and how we've been doing it. Again, there's always been safeguards in the process. But because someone did something that's illegal, don't mean that we condole it or we agree with it. What we're saying is we need to rectify the problem so we can move forward. And then if the report is made to the county executive, I will in turn give that report to the county council for their approval or disapproval. That's where we are with this process.
But that's not how that would ultimately work. The audit needs to be reported to our auditor that is a branch of the St. Louis County Council, or the independence of the audit is affected and compromised.
Sir, again, Mr. Chairman, all due respect,
Yes, fine.
that the county executive have the complete authority to make sure this does not happen again to our administration, and that's the administration's responsibility, not the county council. But we will report to the county council what those decision makers, and they can either vote it up or vote it down, but to stop us to go forward with this process, I think is unacceptable.
I think
But
that
again,
hiring a person
Mr.
of your choosing to
Mr.
report
Chairman, but
directly
we will
to you is
again-
a major
We will
problem.
bring this up before the council at the next meeting, with all due respect. Thank you, sir.
Well, if I could also say, Mr. County Executive, I would not support this measure either. I think some good points have been made here. It is, I think, proper auditing procedure that there be a separation of the county executive and the administration from the actual audit procedure. I think the reason we have an auditor that is appointed by the council is exactly that, so that function is separated, and I think that's the best way to conduct an audit. So I don't think I can support something where the auditor actually reports directly to you.
But let me say this, Mr.
Mr.
Chairman.
Chairman,
Mr.
or-
Chairman, I must spend one question on this. Mr. Chairman, our county auditor had been through most of all of our departments. He found nothing wrong with what we were doing. So that is not the answer. What we need is an outside auditor to look at what we're doing.
I just was wondering, Councilman Quinn seemed confused that this is an independent audit.
Yes.
It's not someone who's coming in and helping the administration. It's an independent auditor. And the report, of course, is a public record available to everyone. But why it would be sent to the council as opposed to the county executive, I guess it doesn't matter in the sense that it's going to be a public document anyway. But it is an independent audit. It is not someone who is reporting to or getting input or assistance from the county executive or anyone in administration. It's an outside auditor.
Yeah, I don't see it as an independent audit if the person is reporting to the county executive. If the problem's in the administration, why have an auditor actually report to the head of the administration where the problem is located?
It's going
Seems
to
to
go
me-
to everybody.
Yes.
It's a public document, so it will go to everybody. It's not reporting to, it's issuing a report that becomes a public record. The county executive or the director of administration, I guess I would say, is not involved in doing the audit. The whole idea was to get somebody outside. As Mr. Dooley pointed out, we did have an internal auditor who looked at it. This person was able to get around the internal controls, so why not go to Reuben Brown, who is a well-known and excellent independent auditor, and see if we can get some tips or assistance on how to better prevent fraud and not be a victim again of a dishonest employee.
Yeah, I think what we're saying, and I agree with the people that have talked about this already, is that this is not as independent as it should be. I think it should be something, if an auditor is going to be appointed, it should be appointed by the council, and
It
the
is
auditor
being appointed, it would be
should
approved by the
report
council.
to the county council.
Well, the contract would be approved by the council, but that's where it would stop there. And Pat, you're making it sound like this was some kind of a complex scheme. It was $3+ million spent on computers that would have cost us $60,000 to buy. So if you need an audit to determine how to avoid that, I'd say, judging by the counter signatures that were on each and every one of those documents, perhaps those people should look a little closer at what they're leasing when they're leasing $60,000 of computers, worth of computers for $3.some odd
Well, it's
million.
great that you have the answers without having gone through and done an investigation. And I think Reuben Brown will be very surprised to hear that they're not considered independent enough.
Well, I don't think anybody said that. I think that they said, that. I think
Councilman
their
Quinn said
independence
that.
is being
Mr. Chairman,
compromised by your
If I may,
procedure.
Mr. Chairman, what the councilman is making reference to is Monday morning quarterbacking after the fact. That's after the fact. If we have known this beforehand, this would have been addressed.
And I guess the
assuredly.
argument is that you should have
But the issue
known.
is this, well, your internal auditor didn't know it, sir. Your internal audited all these departments,
But he
and
doesn't
nothing
work,
was
he
found.
doesn't work in your department.
Wait a
And
minute
this
now.
person,
Well,
this
you
person
just-
worked right under your appointed,
Chairman,
your
Mr. Chairman.
appointed leader.
I'm just saying.
And there's, of course, been
Oh, you wanna-
no reprimand
sir,
whatsoever.
Let me speak, sir, because you don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Your auditor, the
I
county
disagree.
council auditor, audited all of the departments, and he found nothing wrong with them. So therefore, that's what you just said is not a true statement. But again, we're gonna make the recommendation to the county council at the next week meeting. We will do that, Mr. Chairman.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Do you have anything else under?
Yes, one
Okay.
other thing, okay, this is on my comments, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I want to make another comment. On the paper today is indicated that, Charlie Dooley, did not support the transportation tax. That is not a true statement. That is untrue. What I said was, there's much more things at will right now, more things that are involved in this process, and that's not my top priority since the governor moved up the transportation from November to August. There are schools in our district that's unaccredited and unfunded. The state needs to address that. There is Medicaid expansion, which the state has not addressed, that will put thousands of jobs, people back to work, and give people full coverage. That has not been addressed. We have talked for the last 5 to 6 years about cargo at the St. Louis Lambert Airport. Those things have not been addressed. Those are economic development opportunities for this entire state and for this region. And for that reason, I said that the transportation is not the most pressing thing right now, and it is not. Education is, healthcare is, and the cargo. I am for infrastructure for this state. There's no question about it. We need it for roads and bridges. No question about that. But what are the priorities? To our kids, to healthcare, to the airport? These things we have talked about much too long, and we keep putting them off for another day. Let's take care of things that are going to impact people's lives in this state and this region. They come first. That's what I make reference to. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, County Executive. Board of the Special Committees, there are no reports to special committees this evening. We will move to public forum. We have one speaker, Ernest A. Brooks. You could come up here, please. This is normal that you would have 3 minutes time. Mr. Brooks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, County Executive Dooley, County Council members. My name is Ernest Brooks. I'm at 567 North Price Road in Olivet, Missouri. The purpose for my visit tonight is to ask the council to look into the Oak Grove Cemetery at 7800 St. Charles Rock Road. I understand that it's in an unincorporated area, and is under the St. Louis County control. I do have some pictures, and if you don't mind, if I can approach.
Sir, you should give those to me, please.
These are pictures that were taken approximately 2 weeks ago, and some as of yesterday. It's my understanding that there's mold in the mausoleum, and the lights don't work. I believe this should come under the Department of Health. Am I correct?
Are you indicating that the county is on this property?
No, they don't own it, but it's in unincorporated area. It's not in
Okay.
Benita Park.
Okay, yes,
it's
that
not
is
in
correct.
Glen Ord.
That's correct, sir.
But the mausoleum, the roof is bad, there's deterioration, and it's been that way for years. There are many dead trees in the area. This becomes a safety issue for people who come out to visit their loved ones. And as you can probably see through the pictures, dead limbs could fall on individuals, trees could fall over and do them harm. The roadways are also a safety issue. You have stumps covering sinkholes. You have deterioration in the roads. People who are in their 80s that go out, especially women, go out to see their loved ones, have the possibility of losing control due to the nature of the roads. I would think the building inspections should be done on the mausoleum as well as the office due to their conditions as well. I know there's laws on the books about how tall the grass can get before it needs to be cut. I guess that this should come under the Parks Department. I have been in the office of Oak Grove and I've seen the conditions. One thing that I'm not 100% sure about is whether there's even a business license, because I owned a business myself and I know each year the fire department had to come through and do inspections. And if you've ever been into the office of Oak Grove, I can't imagine how they weren't cited with any violations. Finally, I think the prosecuting attorney should look into this
Thank you.
due to the possibility of misappropriations of funds. I don't understand in terms of the cemeteries, one across the street, Lake Charles Cemetery, or the one next to Oak Grove, Valhalla Cemetery, how they keep their roads, trees, fountains, and grass cut. So I am asking and pleading with you to look into these violations here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. That will conclude the public forum. We will move on to introduction of bills.
Bill number 114, introduced by Councilmember Dolan for Irby, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to accept a grant of up to $101,390 from the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services, appropriating the same for support of the summer food service program for children, and authorizing the execution of necessary documents. Bill number 115, introduced by Councilmember Dolan for Irby, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to execute a contract with Central Midland Railway Company and the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission for improvement of U.S. Railroad crossing number 596, 328B on Dorset Road. Bill number 116, introduced by Councilmember Quinn, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to execute an amendment to an agreement with the city of Wildwood for the lease of land at Packwood Park. Mr. Chair, that is all the bills.
Introduction of bills.
Bill number 8, introduced by Councilmember O'Meara.
Hold, please.
Bill number 69, introduced by Councilmember Irby.
Please hold.
Bill number 107, introduced by Councilmember Irby.
I move to perfect bill number 107.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Bill number 107 is perfected.
Bill number 108, introduced by Councilmember Irby.
I move to perfect bill number 108.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Go ahead.
All opposed?
Mr. Chairman, if I will.
Yeah.
you might want to hold it because there's going to be an additional amendment to that next week when I spoke with the police chief, so it can be more than $250,000. If you want to hold, you can, or you want to.
We were thinking we'd move it along so it could move forward, and then we'd do a sub-bill that would
Okay,
add the
that'll work.
additional, if that's.
That'll work.
That will work.
Okay.
That'll keep it moving.
Keep
Yeah,
it moving.
That'd be
They have
great.
to have it in before the second half of the budget.
Okay.
Bill number 1-8's been perfected and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 108 is perfected.
Bill number 109, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
Please hold.
Bill number
That will be the
110,
order.
introduced by Councilmember Erby.
Please hold, and that will be the order.
Bill number 111, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
Please hold, and that will be the order.
Bill number 112, introduced by Councilmember Stanger.
I move for perfection of bill number 112.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 112 is perfected.
Bill number 113, introduced by Councilmember Stanger.
I move for perfection of bill number 113.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 113 is perfected. Final passage of bills.
Bill number 330, introduced by Councilmember Burkett.
Please hold. Bill number 330 is held.
Bill number 104, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
I move for final passage of bill number 104.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Erby, Councilmember Wassinger, Councilmember O'Meara,
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan,
Aye.
Councilmember Stanger,
Aye.
Councilmember Quinn.
Aye.
Mr. Chair, on bill number 104, there are 4 ayes.
Bill number 104 is finally passed.
Bill number 105, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
Please hold. Bill number 105 is held.
Bill number 106, introduced by Councilmember O'Meara.
Hold, please.
Bill number 106 is held.
And, Mr. Chair, we have nothing under resolutions this evening. Move to unfinished business, item number 1, district.
Please hold.
And, Mr. Chair, we have nothing under new business this evening.
Move we adjourn.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Meeting is adjourned.